Welcome back to Maths with Arjun channel. In the previous video we have covered till the exercise 3.2. Today we are going to take the concepts further. So without wasting any time, let's jump into the video. So first is the different types of quadrilaterals that we have to study. So first type is trapezium. So what is trapezium? Trapezium is a quadrilateral with a pair of parallel sides. That is, one pair of sides has to be parallel. For other pair, we don't know. So from the figure, we can clearly see that these are trapeziums, have one pair of sides as parallel sides, and those which are not trapeziums do not have any parallel sides. Now you must be wondering that in this figure there is one parallel side pair, but the number of sides is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it is not a quadrilateral, as it is having 5 sides, so it is not even a trapezium. And to show parallel sides, we simply use the upward arrows in the same direction or single line for equal sides. For parallel sides, we use the upward arrow in the same direction of the sides which are parallel. Now moving further. Now another type of quadrilateral is kite. Now kite is a special type of quadrilateral. The sides with the same markings in each figure are equal. For example, AB equal to AD and BC equal to CD. So in kite, the adjacent sides, one pair of adjacent sides is equal while the other pair of adjacent sides are not equal. So those which are not kites, like this is a 5-figured, so it's not a quadrilateral, so it's not a kite. Also this is not kite, as one side is not known as if it's equal or not. Also this is not a kite, as the adjacent sides are different to one another, as one pair of adjacent side is not equal. Now coming to what is a parallelogram. So a parallelogram is a quadrilateral whose opposite sides are parallel. So here in parallelogram, both the pair of sides are parallel, whereas in trapezium only a pair of sides were parallel, and for the other pair it was not known whether they are parallel or not. So from the figure we can see these are parallelograms. So AB is parallel to CD and AD is parallel to BC. Similarly, LM is parallel to ON and LO is parallel to MN. Now those that are not parallelograms, in this figure we can clearly see just AB is parallel to CD, but AC and BD will meet at some point, so they are not parallel. Now some of the elements of the parallelogram the sides are parallel. So opposite sides, here AB is opposite to CD and AD is opposite to BC. And opposite angles, that is angle A and angle C, are opposite, and also angle D and angle B are opposite angles. Now adjacent angles. Now adjacent angles is angle A is adjacent to angle B, and angle B is adjacent to angle C. Angle C is adjacent to angle D, and angle D is adjacent to angle A. Now adjacent sides, AB is adjacent to BC, BC is adjacent to CD, CD is adjacent to AD or DA. Now moving on to the properties of a parallelogram and its applications. Now first property says the opposite sides of a parallelogram are in equal length. Now we can clearly use it by taking two identical set squares with angles 30 degree, 60 degree and 90 degree and place them adjacently to form a parallelogram, as you can see in the figure. Now from the figure you will be able to see that AB is equal to 14 centimeter and similarly CD would be equal to nothing but 14 centimeter. Also AD you will find is equal to 10 centimeter and similarly BC or CB equal to 10 centimeter. So from this we can find that AB equal to CD and AD equal to CB, which satisfies this problem. Now let's see one of the example using the property that have been discussed. It says find parameter of a parallelogram PQRS, where PQ is given as 12 centimeter and QR is given as 7 centimeter and other sides are not given. We have to find the parameter of the parallelogram. Now we have seen that in a parallelogram opposite sides are equal. So QR would be equal to PS equal to 7 centimeter and PQ equal to RS equal to 12 centimeter. So perimeter of parallelogram would be equal to 12 plus 7 plus 12 plus 7 equal to 24 plus 14 equal to 38 centimeter. Now moving on to the property 2, that is opposite angles of a parallelogram are of equal measure. Now how we are going to satisfy this? Same, we have to take two identical 30 degree, 60 degree and 90 degree set squares and form a parallelogram as we have formed before in the first property. Now we have to see, does the figure obtained help us to confirm the property? Now on measuring the angle, we will find that angle A as well as angle C would be nothing but equal to 90 degree and angle B and angle D would be nothing but equal to 90 degree. So we can clearly see that angle A equal to angle C and angle B equal to angle D. So opposite angles of a parallelogram are of equal measure. Now based on this property we are going to solve an example. So it says in figure 3.26, best is a parallelogram. Find the value of X, Y and Z angles. Now it's given one angle, that is angle B equal to 100 degree. Now X would be also equal to nothing but 100 degree, as we have seen in the property that in a parallelogram opposite angles are of equal measures. Also angle B plus angle Z would be equal to 180 degree because adjacent angles in a parallelogram are supplementary in nature. So from here we can find the value of Z equal to 80 degree. Also Y plus Z would be equal to 180 degree because in a straight line sum of the interior plus exterior angles form a linear pair and sum of it is equal to 180 degree. From here we get the value of Y equal to 100 degree. Now, as I have discussed in the previous question that adjacent angles of a parallelogram are supplementary, now we have used that property that the adjacent angles in a parallelogram are supplementary. That is, the sum of the adjacent angles in a parallelogram is nothing but equal to 180 degree. Now, based on this, we will see another example. In a parallelogram ring, if measure of angle R is equal to 70 degree, find all the other angles. That is, just one angle is given and we have to find all the other angles. Now, based on this, angle N would be also equal to nothing but 70 degree, because in a parallelogram opposite angles are equal. Also, angle R plus angle I would be nothing but 180 degree, as the property stated above, that is, adjacent angles are supplementary. From here, value of I comes out to be equal to 110 degree. Also, from I we can find the angle G, which is nothing but equal to I equal to 110 degree, because opposite angles of a parallelogram are equal. Now, moving on to the another property, that is, the diagonals of a parallelogram bisect each other. That is, bisect means divides into two equal parts. So diagonals are nothing but the line segment that we join other than the two consecutive points in a shape given in a polygon is a diagonal. So how we are going to use this? Help is a parallelogram. You can see in the figure, it is given that OE equal to 4 unit and HL is 5 more than PE. We have to find the value of OH. So we are going to use the property that diagonals of a parallelogram divides and bisects each other into two equal halves. So from here we are given OE. So OE would be equal to OP, as diagonals of a parallelogram bisect each other. So it would be equal to 4, and PE would be equal to 8. OE 4, OP equal to 4, so PE becomes equal to 8. And it's given that HL is 5 more than PE, so HL would be equal to PE plus 5. So HL comes out to be equal to 13. And we have to find OH. OH is nothing but half of HL. So OH equal to half of HL. So half of HL comes out to be equal to 6.5. That is what we have to find. Now moving on to exercise 3.3. It says, given a parallelogram ABCD, complete each statement along with the definition or the property used. So ABCD is a parallelogram given. So it's given AD would be equal to dash. So AD would be equal to CB, as opposite sides of a parallelogram are equal. So angle DCB equal to dash. So opposite angles of a parallelogram are equal. So angle DCB would be equal to angle DAB. And it says OC would be equal to nothing but OA, with the property as we have discussed before, that is, diagonals of a parallelogram bisect each other. Now next question says, measure of angle DAB plus measure of angle CDA would be equal to dash. That is, measure of angle DAB plus measure of angle CDA. DAB and CDA, these are the adjacent angles of a parallelogram, as we know, are supplementary. So it would be equal to nothing but 180 degree. Now moving on to the next question, we have to find the value of X, Y and Z, and only angle V is given as 100 degree. So using the property that is opposite angles of a parallelogram are equal, so angle Y would be nothing but angle value of angle B equal to 100 degree. and using the property that of the adjacent angles, x plus y would be equal to 180 degree, that is adjacent angles of a parallelogram are supplementary, that is 180 degree. From here we will get the value of x equal to 80 degree. Now once we have got the value of x, we can similarly find the value of z, as these are the opposite angles, so z would be also equal to 80 degree, as opposite angles in a parallelogram are equal. Now moving on to the next part of the question. So here we are given that angle given is 50 degree. So y would be equal to nothing but y plus 50 degree is equal to 180 degree. That is the angles on the interior angles of a parallelogram adjacent is equal to supplementary. So this gives value equal to y plus 50 degree equal to 180 degree, and y comes out to be equal to 130 degree. Now once we have find y, we can easily find the value of x. X comes out to be equal to nothing but same as y, 130 degree. Why? Because opposite angles of a parallelogram are equal. And once we have find the value of x, we can find the value of z, because in case of parallel lines, angles on the same side of a line are equal. So similarly the value of z also comes out to be equal to x, that is 130 degree. Now moving on to the next part of the question. So we can clearly see that the value of x would be nothing but equal to 90 degree because of internally vertically opposite angles, as one angle is given as 90 degree. So x comes to be equal to 90 degree. Also x plus y plus 30 degree comes out to be equal to 180 degree because of angle sum property of a triangle. So 90 plus y plus 30 comes out to be equal to 180 degree, and finally the value of y comes out to be equal to 60 degree. Now once we have find the value of y, we can easily find the value of z. How? Because of the using the property that is alternate angles of a parallelogram or a quadrilateral are equal. So value of z also comes out to be equal to 60 degree. Now moving on to the next figure, we can clearly see that the value of one angle given is 80 degree. So y would also be equal to 80 degree. Why? Because opposite angles of a parallelogram are equal. Now once we find the value of y, we can easily find the value of x, as the angles on the same side of a parallelogram, adjacent angles, are supplementary. So x plus 80 degree, that is value of y equal to 180 degree, and x comes out to be equal to 100 degree. Now also as given angle is equal to 80 degrees, so z would also be equal to 80 degree because of the corresponding angles on the same side of a transversal. Now moving on to the next figure, we can clearly see one angle is given as 112 degree. So y would also be nothing but equal to 112 degree. Why? Because opposite angles of a parallelogram are equal. Now once we have find this, we can clearly see that x plus y plus 40 degree would be equal to 180 degree. Why? Because angle sum property of a triangle. So x plus 112 degree plus 40 degree is equal to 180 degree, and finally value of x comes out to be equal to 28 degree. Now once we find the value of x, we can find the value of z easily, which would be nothing but equal to 28 degree because the alternative interior angles are equal. Now moving on to the third question, it says, can a quadrilateral ABCD be a parallelogram if angle D plus angle B equal to 180 degree? Yes, it is possible because we already know that the property that a parallelogram can have sum of the angles is equal to 180 degree. Now it says if AB equal to CD equal to 8 centimeter, AB equal to CD 8 centimeter, AD equal to 4 and BC equal to 4.4. So we can clearly see that one pair of lines are equal and parallel, but AD and BC are not equal in length. So but in a parallelogram opposite sides are equal, so it is not a parallelogram with this condition. Now it says angle A equal to 70 degree and angle A equal to 70 degree and angle C equal to 65 degree. So we can clearly say that no, it's not a parallelogram because opposite angles in a parallelogram should be of equal measure, which is not in this case. Now moving on to the another question. It is says draw a rough figure of a quadrilateral that is not a parallelogram but has exactly two opposite angles of equal measure. So we can clearly see from this figure that angle B and angle D are of equal measures, whereas angle A and angle C are of not equal measures. So it should be in the shape of similar to a kite. Now moving on to the another question. It says measure of two adjacent angles of a parallelogram are in the ratio 3:2. We have to find the measure of each angles of a parallelogram. So let angle A equal to 3x and its adjacent angle B equal to 2x. So we know that the adjacent angles in a parallelogram are supplementary. So angle A plus angle B would be equal to 180 degree. This gives 3x plus 2x equal to 180 degree. And 5x comes out to be equal to 180 degree and x comes out to be equal to 36 degree. From here we can solve angle A equal to 3x equal to 3 into 36 equal to 108 degree and angle B is equal to 2x equal to 2 into 36 equal to 72 degree. Now from here we can see angle A is equal to angle C and angle B is equal to angle D. How? Because we know that opposite angles of a parallelogram are of equal measure. Now moving on to question number 6. Question number 6 is two adjacent angles of a parallelogram have equal measure. Find measure of each angles of a parallelogram. So adjacent angles of are equal measure. So angle A, let angle A equal to x. So angle B would also be equal to x. And these are adjacent. So adjacent angles in a parallelogram are supplementary, that is equal to 180 degree. So angle A plus angle B equal to 180 degree. This gives 2x equal to 180 degree and x comes out to be equal to 90 degree. So angle A equal to angle B comes equal to 90 degree. Similarly, angle A would be equal to angle C and angle B would be equal to angle D. And C comes out to be equal to 90 degree and D comes out to be equal to 90 degree because opposite angles of a parallelogram are equal. Moving on to the next question. It says figure hope is a parallelogram. Find angles x, y and z. So hope is a parallelogram. So angle HOP plus 70 degree would be equal to 180 degree. Why? Because it's a linear pair. So angle HOP would be equal to 110 degree. So from here we can easily find the value of angle x, which would be nothing but angle HOP equal to 110 degree because opposite angles of a parallelogram are equal. Also angle X plus 40 degree plus angle Z would be equal to 110 degree, because adjacent angles of a parallelogram are supplementary. So this angle and this angle is supplementary. This gives the angle value of angle Z equal to nothing but 180 degree minus 150 degree equal to 30 degree. Also angle EHP and angle Y would be equal to each other because alternate interior angles in a parallelogram are equal. Now moving on to the next question. It says figure guns and runs are a parallelogram. We have to find the value of X and Y. So using the properties, we find that 3x equal to 18 because opposite sides of a parallelogram are equal. So value of X comes out to be equal to 6. Using the same property, 3y minus 1 comes out to be equal to 26 because opposite sides of a parallelogram are equal. So 3y becomes equal to 27 and finally the value of y comes equal to be 9. Now in the figure runs, we have to find the value of X and Y. So diagonals are given, so we have to use the property of diagonals. So X plus Y would be equal to 16 because diagonals in a parallelogram bisect each other, and so halves would also be equal. So OU would be equal to OS. So y plus 7 would be equal to nothing but 20 and value of y comes out to be equal to 13. Similarly, OR equal to ON equal to 16. OR equal to ON equal to 16. This gives X plus Y equal to 16 and finally the value of X comes out to be equal to 3. Now moving on to the next question. It says risk and clue are a parallelogram. Find the value of X. So RISK is a parallelogram and CLU is also a parallelogram. We have find the value of X. However, we are going to find the value of angle E and angle S, and then we are going to use the angle sum property of the triangle, this triangle. Then we can find the value of X. So angle K plus angle R would be equal to 180 degree. Why? Because adjacent angles of a parallelogram are supplementary. So angle R would be nothing but equal to 180 degree minus 120 degree. So angle R comes out to be equal to 60 degree. Also angle R would be nothing but equal to angle S because that is 60 degree because opposite angles of a parallelogram are equal. So also angle L equal to angle E equal to 70 degree because opposite angles of a parallelogram are equal. Now using the angle sum property of a triangle, we get X plus angle E plus angle S equal to 180 degree, and X plus 70 degree plus 60 degree comes out to be equal to 180 degree, and X comes out to be equal to 180 degree minus 130 degree, and X comes out to be equal to nothing but 50 degree. Now moving on to the next question. It says explain how figure is a trapezium, that this given figure is a trapezium and which two sides are parallel. Now we are given angle M and angle L as 100 degree and 80 degree respectively. So angle L plus angle M is equal to 180 degree, and when interior angles on the same side of a transversal are supplementary, then lines comes out to be as parallel and vice versa. So LK becomes parallel to MN. So which is the definition of trapezium, that one pair of sides should be parallel. So KLMN becomes a trapezium. Now moving on to the next figure. It says find measure of angle C if AB is parallel to DC. Now if AB is parallel to DC, we know that angle C plus angle B would be equal to 180 degree. Why? Because adjacent angle would become supplementary when given pair of sides are parallel. So angle C comes out to be equal to 180 degree minus 120 degree, and angle C comes out to be equal to 60 degree. Now moving on to the next question. It says find measure of angle P and angle S if SP is parallel to QR. SP is parallel to QR. So since SP is parallel to QR, so angle S plus angle R would be equal to 180 degree, because given parallel lines, the all adjacent angles would be supplementary, that is equal to 180 degree. So angle S is nothing but 90 degree. Also angle P plus angle Q would be equal to 180 degree using the same property. So angle P would be equal to 180 degree minus 130 degree. So angle P comes out to be equal to 50 degree. So we will keep the concept till here only. So kindly like, share and subscribe the video, and keep watching the previous videos also, so that the concept remains built and you don't forget any of the property till the last. So thank you so much.